Hi, I'm Dr. Avneet. I'm a senior lecturer at M. Kandhaya Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences at UTAR. From the time I started practicing medicine, I was always a strong advocate for medical ethics, and thanks to UTAR, I learnt and I was able to conduct a research project about blended learning for medical ethics using technology for both learning and teaching activities. So during COVID-19, we had to conduct classes in the online mode, and during those classes we found out that not all students are alike. So we wanted to carry out a project asking students whether they want to have ethics classes in the online mode, offline mode, or in a hybrid model. So this was the reason we conducted a research project. The research project was about surveying and carrying out a pilot study for bringing out a blended model for medical ethics. So we started with the pilot project for 79 students. The students were mainly from traditional and Chinese medicine, because those are the students we really wanted to include as a part of stakeholders in this project. So we realized that the content is okay for the online mode, but what the students actually need was empathy. Okay, so any case discussion that we did for teaching medical ethics, they wanted somebody to guide them, and they also wanted some empathy, which is not possible in an only online mode. So we proposed the blended 80 plus 20 mode. 80 is online and 20 is physical with the guidance and role playing. So how did we conduct this study? We decided that we wanted to conduct a mixed mode study. Mixed mode is qualitative and quantitative. So because quantitative is not enough when we want to see what students actually think. Students, we found out they like the flexibility of online learning, but at the same time they also wanted some guidance, and mentor guidance is something that they felt they could not get enough in the online mode. They also enjoyed the small group discussions, which they were not very comfortable doing in an online mode. And there were small group of people who were not feeling that they were a part of the group discussion. So they especially requested for the physical classes. So these were the findings which basically made us think and rethink our approach to the blended teaching methods, whether this will work or this will not work. So we always follow the theory of one size doesn't fit all when we are teaching our medical students. And during our teaching of medical ethics using blended online and physical learning, we found out that some students are very traditional in their methods and they don't like online teaching and learning. Some students at the same time, they like only online learning because they think that it is very, very flexible. But there are other students also who like the mix of this. So we found out the percentage of the students who like traditional, who like digital, and who like others. So let me share the pie chart for you about the distribution that we got from our findings. Let me share how we started creating cases using some AI methods and digital tools. So we use certain tools like Padlet, which is very good for discussion. We also use Nearpod, which is definitely good for interactive discussion. And then we used Kahoot, which students enjoy a lot because of the gamification. And we also used Canva to create some videos, wonderful videos. Everybody is aware of Canva, and the students enjoyed the process. They enjoyed the story building and they really enjoyed the role play. So to teach these tools, so we also conducted certain workshops. We conducted a workshop about the medical ethics introduction and also about humanities, some history, and we also conducted a workshop about the ethical usage of AI. As we know that AI is something that students use in daily lives, and they need to be aware about how much and how they can use it. While carrying out this blended learning approach, we got a chance to get some feedback from students about what medical students actually think about physician and the pharma industry relationships. As we know, people are very cynical about this relationship, but we wanted to know what students actually think about this relationship. So we carried out a survey, and thankfully that survey was so good that we were able to have a publication due to that survey, and the publication has already been drafted and published in National Medical Journal. So I'm very happy with the publication. So what did we gain from this project and what are our future plans? So let me tell you. What we gained some clear cases, and those cases that we have prepared using these digital tools are the cases which we are going to use for many years, and we'll just need to improvise, and we can use those cases to carry out guided debates. For UTAR, this project will also help in having a stronger capacity to introduce digital teaching, and we think that teaching will be equitable also, because every student will be able to participate, whether they like online or they like the physical mode of teaching. For Malaysia as a country, we also gained some local evidence, and we want to encourage our policy makers to improve bioethics education, because our hypothesis is simple, that learners cannot be replaced by AI, but they should be supported by AI and various digital tools. So this is our idea that we want to carry forward. We want to carry out further projects also using this approach, because this time we could only do 80%, 20%. We are open to carrying out various percentages of blended learning and teaching activities. So one of the most important key takeaways that we got from this project was technology should support teachers, not replace them. Every student has different needs, and we need to follow the students' cues to use technology. Thank you.